Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And he's got his man. That's Landry. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, as the head coach...
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about...
A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this 3rd down situation?
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Rosen. And he's got Snead. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. On 2nd down now, this defense sort of finding themselves with their backs against the wall. Ball in the red zone.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
And they'll go ground game. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 64 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
Here's Rosen to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A great play there. And now early on in this one, we get our first look at this offense. On 1st down, Tannehill. Flushed out right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Kill.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsauer, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss rolling in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats.
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. Tannehill on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 9 out of that. The kicking unit onto the field now as they're looking to at least get 3 points out of this drive. Now Stephen Gostkowski, who of course spent the bulk of his career in a Patriots uniform. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a... to go in the first half. The offense with a football, but they have it in their own territory. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Danielle Hunter in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Patriots take over. This defense backed up now as they're looking at a 1st and goal just inside the 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. New England on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Again, it's Rosen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So a big 3rd down coming up here for the defense, trying to preserve a very slim lead in the 3rd quarter. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill rolling to his right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot anything.
Let's see what this defense can do here. Ball at the 18-yard line in the red zone.
Here we go now.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he lost the football.
We got three down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
3-19.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. And that's incomplete. Brian Switzer, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. So this offense now on the edge of the red zone at the 20, 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. First, they'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. It's Barkley on the counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And this is caught at the 8. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route It's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Tannehill keeps on the sneak. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win,
and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Ryan Tannehill. The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. 4th quarter, close game. 3rd down, here we go. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. Flush to his right. Past the 20. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And finally... They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Ryan Hewitt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here. So the picture becoming pretty clear here. The defense just looking for a stop because a touchdown, and they would trail on the scoreboard. They're hoping to preserve this slim 1-score lead. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10. It's Rosen again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. From the gun, it's Rosen. And that is incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
They'll try and with fullback Bohanna, going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And it's Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now it's Tannehill. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. The task for the defense here is simple. Get a stop. They've got a one-score, 7-point lead.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. And with 45 seconds showing, he spikes the football. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Counting down at 30 seconds remaining. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. So now the offense takes over here at a crucial spot. Ball on their own side of the field. Tie game. Late fourth quarter, and they do have a pair of timeouts remaining. Tannehill. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Tannehill. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set 49 yards. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Pats, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gault.